Good afternoon. So, today's class notes. What we worked on today in class is Piketty Tricia International numbering system, 1 through 5, as it applies to the single stick, the dagger, and the palm stick. So, covering those real quick, just so you can see it from the front. This is a 1. This is a 2. This is a 3. This is a 4. This is 5. All right, so Piketty Tricia International. If you're familiar with Bill McGrath, I highly recommend his system and his teaching. If you're not familiar with him, really something you should look into. Bill McGrath was somebody that I really value, is somebody that I really value as having contributed a great deal to not only how I coach, but the material that I'm very fond of. I like Mr. McGrath a great deal, both as a person and as an instructor. He's an incredible coach. Very clear instruction, very well organized structure for the material. Cannot recommend it enough. I don't want to turn this into a commercial for Bill McGrath, but yeah, go see Bill McGrath. Bill's got really good material, man. He's good at what he does, and you can't lose from having been in the room with him. So, 1 through 5, Piketty Tricia International, 1 through 5, 3, 4, and 5. And the 5 is a thrust for the perineum. So you're making a popsicle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? Whoops, I got a leg there. 5, there we go. Make a popsicle, right? All right, so, and I'm teaching this in the idea that the stick is representative of a blade. And the gnutting, if you're familiar with the blade, looks like it's got a little curve at the end, right? Like a banana curve down. And then the back third of the blade is sharp on the back third, and then the inside of the blade is sharp for about 2/3 down. So there's a space where I can use the area above the handle, pommel, whatever you want to call it. I can use that to double force, and I can also double force on the back. So I can use this to lever and pry and do some two-handed method. But if I teach you just that one thing, right, that 1 through 5, Cinco de Terras is a very common protocol, as it were, or formula, a way of teaching. It's very common. Cinco de Terras are 5 terras, right? It's quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. So that's with the stick. And if I go to the dagger, we're going to use the same numbering system and the same targeting. 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's very close. Piketty Tricia does mean up close, cut into thirds, or up close, cut into small pieces, depending on who you've spoken with. So the same numbering system with the dagger, and that can be used in sock or in pakal, sock and pakal, so tip up or hammer grip, and tip down or ice pick grip, however you want to think of this. These can be thrusts as well, right? Your 3 and your 4 may be slashes, and your 5 might look a little different. But the numbering 4 and 5 are going to be really similar. And now if we go to a palm stick, and it changes just a little bit in that I want big motion. And 3, right? And then 4, a clear cut, and 5, coming under. That's traditional. I like to just keep this safe. 2, and then 3 and 4. I'm going to clear the arm. 3 and 4, and I'm going to clear the arm. And I think this might have been how I learned it. 4, and then 5. I still like that thrust to the low line, and it can be a backhand or it might be a forehand. But it's the perineum. We're looking for, if you don't know what the perineum is, Google that, or there's an exceptionally funny clip from the TV show Weeds, where Lupita, the maid, is walking through the room, and Kevin Nealon's character says, "Hey, Lupita, what do you call the space between?" It's really fun. All right, so I've got 1 through 5 with the stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I've got 1 through 5 with the dagger. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Tip down, slashing. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Tip down and thrusting. 2, 3, 4, and 5. The palm stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You see palm up, palm down, right? So I'm going palm facing up for some of these shots, and I could go palm down for others, right? Now, taking this simple numbering system, 1 through 5, we progressed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through the weapons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? We progressed through the weapons, and then we put it into a energy group that promoted being able to get repetition of the high-low-high as a pattern. Right? I want to go 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2. The 1 is through. It is a labtique or a fluid. It is fluid. It falls all the way through the line, right? That's a labtique. So labtique, wittique, it bounces. This is a wittique. It bounces. So labtique, labtique. I want fluid, broken, fluid. Fluid, broken, fluid. Fluid, broken, fluid. Fluid, broken, fluid. From there, we went to inside-outside deflection. So my partner and I would be working, and I would inside deflect on the 1. I would outside deflect on the 2. It allows you to have a drilling method that now you can participate with another person, and it sets up. So my outside deflection, I've hit stick, hand, stick, right? Stick, hand, stick. Looking at it from the front. If I'm outside deflection, I would step outside, deflect the stick, check their hand, and then return. So I would outside deflect, check the hand, turn the bottom. Inside deflection, I'm coming inside the strike. So I would deflect, check the hand, and return. And then we had 2 progressions from there for the second hand response to that or that. We then took the sticks away. And we did the same thing with the dagger and the palm stick. And then we put it into an empty hands progression that many of you will remember from yesterday's material, which was at Vyuji Nautek, high outside reference point, pin choi, wa choi, back fist, sum choi, 3 punches. Yesterday we used cross across, and either a knee or a kick into 4 count, 2, 3, 4, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Depending on where we were at in our range. Whether we were in range to return with elbows or punches. Punches follow kicks, elbows follow knees. That was the simple formula we had for that. And we progressed through these things with the same 5 attacks, the same 5 angles of attack, rather, for the stick, dagger, palm stick, empty hands, and then added the drilling method, took that and put it on the pads so that it was a little more dynamic. So that out of that high, low, high, try to hit 1, 2, 3, 4 count, 2, 3, 4, right? Really useful to have not only a training method, but a sequence. And I don't know if you can see the charts really well behind me. up here I've got a few charts, and some of them are for switching eyes around, some of them are for hand-eye coordination, some of them are to just tell how good is your vision at what distance. Some of them, I don't know if this is in frame or not, are used for sequencing. The ability to recognize and repeat a sequence is very important because it helps us as humans. We're really good at match, mismatch. What's not right in this picture? What doesn't look correct? And recognizing those changes, those differences, is what gives us a little bit of an edge in being able to survive some pretty interesting situations. If you look into the biology of it, I think you'll find some really fun bits. But rest assured, the ability to recognize changes in conditions in your environment and appropriately respond to them quickly is what many times separates the good from the not good in athleticism and in other areas. If you're a sports person and you're on the field, no matter what sport you're playing, and you recognize that the ball has moved downfield and no one's covering it, and you can get there faster because you saw that opening, you're going to be the one that comes out on top. And the same thing goes for people who recognize changes in conditions in their environment out in the real world and see maybe that things aren't going the way that they would appreciate, and they want to not be participating in that kind of activity, whatever that is, for whatever reason. And it might give you the opportunity to say, you know what, not my circus, not my monkeys, I'm going to go over here. But if you do get caught and you are having to participate with the monkeys, even though it's not your circus and they're not your monkeys, perhaps having a good set of skills that you can apply across a broad range of tools, environments, and situations might benefit you. If that also helps you maybe look a little better in and out of your clothes so that you can enjoy your life maybe a little bit longer, right? Better health and well-being. Look a little sexy, right? Or whatever you're going to do. If weight loss isn't your thing, just being healthy and being able to move your body well. The body motion present in Kali and JKD is, in my opinion, and from what I can gather from science, actually very neuroprotective. And I'll leave it at that. So I think of martial arts as not only a way to protect myself, to protect others, but also to protect my brain, keep my mind sound and alive and functioning at a very high level, or at the highest level that I can achieve. Your mileage may vary, as long as possible. So, like I say, it's not only protecting my physical self, it's protecting my mental self, and it allows me the ability to maybe help protect somebody else. And it might not be a physical protection. Maybe I teach them how to swing a stick. Maybe it changes their life because it helps them become healthier. Maybe it changes their mind. Maybe they become healthier in their mind because they're not afraid of confrontation or of what bad things may happen to them. And if you can help somebody in that way, I think that helps you as well. So, good. Go forth into the world and do forth unto others for they do unto you, for it's far better to give than receive. I want you all to have a good day. Hit me up with any comments, concerns, or hostile remarks. And as always, check out the Facebook and Twitter page. And if you can, make it down to class. Come on down. If you can't, let me know, and maybe we can set up some distance learning options. I do coach people online as well as in person. You all have a great day. Thank you for watching. Get strong, stay strong, and don't forget to be nice to each other.